Welcome to the jungle. Can't sing any more than that, because if I sing any more than that, I'll get dinner copyright. We'll see how many people decide to show up today. We've got one. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend last weekend. I apologize for not being on last weekend. It was Father's Day. That's why I wasn't on. We got 4 and a thumbs up already. Right on. All right, guys, start talking to me. Hey, brother, how's it going? Oh, down to 3. That was quick. I got 4 thumbs up and 3 in here. Now I got 4 in here. Tell you guys what I was up to last weekend. Had a fight with your cub. Sorry to hear that. Last weekend was a good weekend. Had my daughter came out. She brought me some of my favorite meal. David Fisher, hello. Brother Joe, hello. Wild Bill, hello. Danny, hello. I'm live at the fire department. How many people are watching, Danny? Just you? Brother Joe, I hope you're feeling well. All right. Harold Stover, hello, how are you? Brian, Lisa's mowing. We went down to Indianapolis to dinner, and I'm showing 10. Right on, Willie, glad to see you here. Brian, Lisa and I just got back not too long ago from Indianapolis. We went down there for dinner on the Gold Wing, and she had to race home and mow. So she will not be joining us on the live stream tonight. Okay, so what has been going on the last 2 weeks since we had Father's Day last weekend? For all the dads, happy Father's Day from last weekend. Been compiling a list of things that the Smokey needs done. The GL 1200, 1986 GL 1200. Going to replace the fork seals. Going to rebuild the front brake master cylinder, replace the brake pads all the way around. Going to, I do have to pull the engine in this winter and replace the stator. I'm running a weak charge. It's charging, but it's a weak charge. I've got it tuned in pretty good, getting about 40 miles to a gallon on the highway. We went down the interstate today for the first time. Lisa's a little nervous on the interstate, but said that she felt great on it. So wound up clipping along at 85 miles an hour, just cruising along with traffic. No problems whatsoever. Smoothest ride ever. Absolutely loved it. I got a backrest for it and a couple other little doodads, nothing spectacular. But the big thing was that backrest, because last weekend we rode about 170 miles in all, and my back was just killing because I didn't have that back support. But the new backrest is it's phenomenal. Also gives Lisa a good armrest for her to just rest her arms on. I have custom made armrests that are currently at the upholsterers getting upholstered that will be going on, as well as the front left pocket cover, which is just a vinyl snap-on cover that's being remade. Those I'll be picking up this week, so I'll do an update video on those when it comes in. And I know I'm talking about motorcycles and I'm talking about the tractors, but this is what's been going on the motorcycle side of things. Also, I sold two motorcycles. Sold the Little Billy, the 125S, and I sold the Twin Star. They both went on to better homes. Now there are two more up for sale. The pair of 75 Gold Wings are up for sale. So, well, Sandra Mamaw, as I live and breathe, I have not forgotten about you. I have not, and you're in my phone. I've not forgotten about you. Off grid. It has been a while. I, I'm a man. I don't know if I'm the man, but I'm a man. Thank you very, very much for that. Appreciate it. Get those guns out there, right? Um, those are just for show. They don't do much good. All right, can't kill me. Have half of the VR working, but will not shut off the gen. Keep charging, pushing empty load back. It's empty. Back off. Okay. You should be putting out, it should be cutting out at 14 and a half. Going as high as 17 to 16 and a half. Yeah, if you need to get it to back off and cut off at 14 and a half. I still love you too, Sandra. Is Doug going to join us too, or are you both watching on your channel? And how is everybody? Chime in over here. How is everybody? How are you guys doing? What's been going on in your worlds? He's napping. Doesn't he know better than to nap during a Zippo live stream? Just have to tell him that he missed it, right? Um, I'm so sold on this fully dressed gold wing. I initially had sworn that I wouldn't go that route, but being able to sit in the lap of luxury and have the bags and have all the storage that you need, it's just, there's nothing like it. And the ride is unsurpassed. Off grid, that's the only way to be. Only way to be. Today was the first day. Joe Sangster, great to hear from you. Willie, we have had nothing but rain for what seems like the last 2 weeks. Today was just absolutely gorgeous. Do I have a trick for the voltage regulators? I do have a video on the voltage regulators as far as cleaning the contacts. You want to back the contact tension spring off so that it cuts out earlier. Willie, I assume you're talking about the voltage regulator. You need to make sure you flash it. Can't kill me. I'm sure you flashed it. That's hitting the gen and the battery terminals together. Just real quick. Boom. That pairs. We covered this in another live stream. It pairs the regulators. If you keep having problems with that regulator, go to another regulator. Yeah, Brian, you were telling me that you were going to do a bunch of. Sorry, guys, my neck's a little sore. Yeah, you told me you were going to switch things around, and it's working out, so that's awesome. Because I mean, you need all the wall space you can get for all those Maytags. A 62 Bolins. Is that a tube frame, Wild Bill? Thank you, Sandra. It will get the wiring hub, but you only do it for a split second. And you have to flash it to the generator. Joe, thank you very much. I do what I can. I've been told I have kind of a knack for explaining things to where everybody can understand, and I kind of pride myself on helping. And I also own up to my mistakes, which I also pride myself on. So I appreciate that, Joe, very, very much. Uh, can't kill me temporarily. Hardline the 20 amp fuse, hardline it, and flash it, and then put your fuse back in. But when you flash it, you're only flashing it for half a second. You're not flashing it for very long. Then check your charging again. If your charging is still above what it should be, where your cutout should cut out, maximum 15, but 14 and a half is optimum. Then you are going to have to, with the cover off, note which one is not cutting out in time and ease up the spring on it. Less spring tension so that it cuts out sooner. Wild Bill, 60. Oh, it's a small frame. Okay. I don't know how the Boland's numbers goes, Wild Bill, but so I guess I'm assuming the large frames are the tube frames then, right? Aren't those the desirable ones, the early tube frames? No problem, can't kill me. Yeah, you just need to, just hard line it real quick. If you do want, just use a paper clip, go between, your spade fuse. Uh, and like I say, half a second. And then after you get done doing that, check your charging, see when your cutout is. If your cutout is still high, you want to back off the post that the tension on the post, which will be on the back side of the regulator, that will lessen the tension on the spring so it'll cut out sooner. But be very, very careful doing it. The tiniest little turn of that screw. And don't have the battery connected when you make the adjustments to the regulator. Very important. Disconnect the negative terminal every time you make an adjustment on the regulator. Re-flash it every time. Mike, what's happening? I got the tire off of your wheel. In fact, I just got the tire off of your wheel. What's today? Sunday, Friday. And the inside of that rim just looks gorgeous. Looks really, really good. So we will be in business here soon. So over on the email side, shoot me your address again if you haven't already. And that doesn't matter, can't kill me. But shoot me your address and we'll get that sent off to you along with what I've got here. Can't kill me. 3-pin out on one side. There should be one underneath. So Joe Sangster, you're relatively new on the live streams. What jobs have I done videos on that have helped you in particular? I'm kind of curious what I've done to help you out. I like helping people out however I can. So, Horseaholics, maybe 14 minutes late, but you're here. I'm glad you're here, Horseaholics. No ground Genfield bat. Okay, your ground is going to be your mounting bolts. Okay, so I have an email from you that I've not checked yet then apparently. I'll get on that. For those of you just joining in, had a pretty good weekend riding the bike around Smoky, the Goldwing. I am comprising a list of all of the name suggestions for the red bike, and we'll do a name draw out of a hat like we did when we named, what did we name? The skeleton, when we named Clyde. Jen Field Bat. Yep. Your ground, like I say, can't kill me is one of your pins. Actually, my garden does really, really well, regardless of how much rain I get, Willie. But my problem this year was um, we have a local FFA at one of the local high schools, and I bought my plants from them. Not good plants. So that part of my garden not doing so well. Switched up from bush beans to string beans. They're starting to string up my lettuce, my summer squash, my peppers, and my zucchini are all doing quite well. I was 2 weeks late getting the garden in. I'll have some tomatoes, but I'm not going to have my typical gangsta tomatoes that I usually have. Well, that's great, Joe. It I learned by mistake, and then I post the videos and try to explain where I've made my mistakes and to help you guys out and give you tips and tricks to help you avoid having to go through the headaches and heartaches. And I explain what causes what typically. It's good to have the whole picture, not just the fix, but the reason why you have the problem to begin with. So I'm glad they help. I really am. All right, can't kill me. I will give it a check. Oh, Mike, you're killing me. That's a steal. Does it have the tiller, rear tiller drive, the rear PTO? Oh, that's awesome, Willie. Actually, I had to take 3 apple trees down this year. They were they weren't mine; they were my neighbors, but they were just poorly cared for, and the trunks just wound up splitting. It was just rough. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Mike, I'll talk to you about that in the email. Yeah, you stole it. You flat out stole it. Great deal. Great deal. And I assume it's the round shroud tiller. And does it have its original Model 19? Yeah, Joe, my carburetors are all over the country as far as rebuilding those Briggs flow jet carburetors. Everybody seems to have trouble with them. And I've mastered, in fact, you can ask Ozengay Simplicity. He absolutely hates them. So anytime I come over, if he's got one that he hands it to me, here, fix this. Oh, wow. Everybody's getting good deals. Everyone's getting good deals. What was it last week? We had a 7790 that was purchased for was it $50? Yep. But Willie, more on my garden. Where it's located, I have a field tile just aft of the garden on my topographical slope, and it pulls just the right amount of water out, leaves just the right amount of water in the garden. That's why I located it where I did. And also about 40 feet ahead of up the hill, uh, I have another finger so it doesn't get overly saturated. The field tile picks up a lot of that and runs a lot of the water off. So mainly all I get is just the rainwater that comes down, saturates the ground, goes down and goes out into the field tile, and I don't get any full saturation. No standing water. Musty? I've never heard Musty mention me once. Does he really? It's hard to figure out, Joe. All these other channels have 100,000 subscribers, 65,000 subscribers, all this. I haven't even broke 10,000 yet, and I've been doing this for 10 years. I must be too nice a guy. Mike the Tractor Guy had a hard time saying no, as you can probably, I can imagine. The tiller is kind of square. Okay, so it's got the, all right, so it's a later model tiller. Gotcha. Okay. All right, Mike. Can't kill me. Yeah, that's true. You need to use old school methods. Dwell meter, tachometer. Yeah, yeah, like a sun scope, something like that. Roger, when are you gonna give me that car? I'm teasing. I had my '66 Buick for 11 years and loved that thing. All right, Willie, catch that oven. So what else been going on in Zippos World? Well, I was really, really busy early on in the season. The season has slacked off enough that I have started clearing the east wall. In fact, the workbench that the lathe was on is now gone. Nothing but wide open spaces right there. Fingers crossed, I will be moving the lathe in, or the mill in, um, the latter part of this coming week. It will be set in place. It will not be wired probably for about a week after that. I've got some other things that I've got to get set up and organized. I want to be all ready before I put power to it, so I'm not chasing my tail. But the mill should be in. Things are changing in the shop. Things are changing in the shop. So, Roger, I haven't seen a recent update on what's going on in your neck of the woods. Has there been one and I just missed it? Okay. All right. Good, Roger. I figured you'd be pretty busy right about now. Yeah, Willie, the lathe work and the mill work. I'm really looking forward to the mill work. That means I can cut my own valves. I can I can just do it all. The only thing I can't do is turn down crank journals. Oh wow, Roger. I'm gonna have to check it out for sure. Is it a Kennedy? Yes. Don couldn't be happier. Mike, he's not had another problem. None whatsoever. That belt was absolutely the fix. Oh, that's a Gerstner box, Roger. Gerstner. If it's a wood box, does it have green flax lining and a okay? Does it have green flocked drawer brown felt? It could still be a Gerstner. There's ways to check. Oh, Mike, you can't imagine my elation too. It just 3 times having that thing come back. That was an aggravation and a half. A big aggravation and a half. Well, I've checked it out on the video, Roger. If it's an old Gerstner box, those are to the machinist. That's the holy grail of machinist boxes. Napa belts are the best by you. Um, Rural King out here has a fantastic selection, but they don't have half sizes. I wish that they had half sizes. They go 95, 96, 97, 98, no half sizes. So, but with a 95 and a half inch belt that Mike suggested I get to replace the 97-inch belt absolutely fixed all the problems. By the way, Willie, Mike is a Craftsman lawn tractor mechanic for Sears. And washer and dryer repairman. I want to say in training. My Sears is fixing to close its doors. I could say that. Okay. Well, I just did say that, so what I said stands. I'm gonna shoot Miss Lisa a text real quick and see if she wants to say hi to you guys. She's listening to her music on her. Yeah, it is sad about Sears, but I'm glad the Craftsman name is going to live on through Stanley. Let's see if she gets it. She usually listens to, yep, she got it. She listens to music while she's mowing, so the texts come through. Yeah, I hear you, Mike. I can imagine. She said, yes, please. She wants to say hi to the guys. So I said, okay, say hi. 1990 GT, can change belts and minutes on them, and laugh the MTDs take forever. Yeah, I did a Murray that was a real gem the other day. Oh, I think she thought that I said, okay. She would like for me to say hi to you guys from her. So, hello from Lisa while she's out mowing her back 40. And I'm just going to, as soon as a few of you say hi, I will snap a picture and show her that you guys are spreading the love. There she is. She just came in to say hello. Well, look at that. I didn't expect that. Yay. Hi, honey. I know you had to stop real quick to do that. Thank you for doing that. Everybody else does too. Yep. She mows hers and her mom's property. All in all, I think it's over 3 acres. She mows quite a bit. She mows a little bit more than I do. So we've got to keep her zero turn in good shape. Yeah, I noticed that, Roger. Okay. Thank you, beautiful, for stopping in and saying hello to everybody. I'll talk to you after a while. I love you. Mark, howdy. Well, people say it's about 3. Bye, honey. Oh, that road's rough, or that yard is, there's some rough spots in that yard. I've mowed it too. And yeah, there's some areas you cannot mow fast at all. Willie, your Craftsman, does it start with a 917 on the model number? If so, that's an AYP product, also known as Husqvarna, which I learned from Mike. And they are easy to change the belts out on. The MTDs, God, I hate it. Or Lisa's a wine drinker, so it'll be a couple bottles of, or not bottles, Lord, couple glasses of wine afterward. 10 foot, that's a huge sign. Last of the horizontal shafts. I need to scroll up and see. Oh, okay. Willie, gotcha. That's what I like about my tractors. I can change any of the belts in a heartbeat. The only one that takes a little bit of time is with the starter generator belt. I have to pull the drive shaft. Mark Santa, I am so glad that you have stopped by and that you get a lot out of my videos. It's greatly appreciated. It's why I put them out there. I want everybody to reap the rewards of my scraped knuckles and head scratching. And I've got a couple segmented belts, Willie, and although I've used them in a pinch, I usually don't leave them on for very long. No, Mark, they're not. It depends on the tractor. The majority of them are 18-ish inches. They can be shimmed in and out using spacers and thick washers, but there are some that are longer. Yeah, I don't like the MTDs. They're brutal. That and Murray's. I can't stand changing Murray belts. The older Murrays. You did. That's awesome, Sean. Great to hear it. Look at that. Woohoo! I had an engine I could have put in it, but I'm glad you got it going. No problem, Mark. No problem at all. Is it a diode kit, Mike? Is it the diode kit? Is that what you're talking about? Mike and Roger? Jumper harness. Yeah, I brother, get some sleep. If you got to be up at 1:30, you best get some sleep. We'll holler at you later. Shut down had a voltage spike. Mike Tractor. We fixed a million of those a few years back. Put kits, jumper harness, inline, easy fix. Well, there's Bryce. Everybody, say hi to IRT mechanic Bryce. Bryce, I've not given the gal a call yet. I've been busy. I'm doing good, Bryce. Thank you. Well, Mike and Roger, that's something that I should probably have in my back pocket for knowledge. So I'll be touching base with Mike on that. Don't bypass the diodes on your Vanguard, Willie. You know better than that. They typically find me, Mark. I've been involved with these tractors for so long. People know that I'm kind of the guru of them, and they find me now. I used to, I used to go hunting for them. But if you're hunting, best thing you can do is put wanted ads on Craigslist for old garden tractors. Just that simple. Old garden tractors, and excuse me, wait and see what comes up. Oh, okay, Willie, I see what you're saying. Just get rid of the diodes altogether in two separate kill circuits. 16 GTH. Can't kill me. Is it a hydro? If it's a hydro and it is a peerless, you'll have to check with peerless. Same here, Horseaholics, with a 6-foot deck. Mr. Wood, happy Sunday. If it's a hydro and it's a peerless, check with peerless. They will give you the recommended oil. or simplicity. Just tell them what you've got and what you need. And if it's a hydro oil, you put hydro oil in. Make sure it's not like pump jack oil or anything like that. Roadrunner, no worries on being late. Great to see you here. Every Zippo lighter is worth fixing. Every Zippo lighter is worth fixing. You can try Craigslist. You can go on Facebook. There are a lot of collectors groups on Facebook. Mark, you can also go on simpletractors.com, all one word, Simple Tractors, or michaelstractors.com. There are classified sections in both of those. You can put one ads in for those. This video will post so you can rewind it and replay what I just said at time mark 36-03. That'll be awesome, Mike. That'll help me out. Oh, if they've just got flints jammed in the tubes, I can get them cleaned out. I can get them taken care of. Bryce, go ahead. No problem, Mark. No problem at all. They're out there, and typically you can get them in the garden tractor arena. They're still among the most underappreciated, which just means you can get them on the cheap. Oh, okay. Yeah. If you want to send them, I'll get them loose. No worries. Gotcha, Bryce. All right. Yeah, Mark, I'll tell you, there's nothing like them. These Simplicities and Alice Chalmers, even the newer ones, they just lay down a lawn that's just to die for. You in Hartford City? Yeah, it's not too far from me at all, Bob. About 25 minutes north. No, Roadrunner, I haven't. Not myself. Mark Santa, you can put in a request to join the groups on Facebook. And once you're allowed to join, you can go in and start posting. Yeah, I've got a number of people that drive semi and they get close by and they'll message me on Facebook or something like that and say, hey, Zip, where you at? Got time for a quick visit? And I've got a little industrial park across the way from me. I'll usually hop on a bike or hop in the truck and come over and chit chat. So, right on, Mark. But I'm not going to drive 20 miles, Bob. If you're in the Muncie area and you can swing in that area, in this area, then yeah, I'd be happy to chase you down, shoot the stuff with you for a little bit. Yeah, wasn't that crazy? David Fisher, he'd stopped in. That was, he had the luck of the draw there. That was funny. Very good, Bob. Yeah, just message me on Facebook, and if I get the message soon enough, message me if you know you're coming to the area. Then give me a little head time. Mike, I don't. My traveling time is usually limited to within an hour, hour and a half, due to my neck and back and everything. The longest trip I've made in recent times was down to Tennessee. It's an 8-hour trip, and it sucked. But I had a bunch of support drivers was for my daughter's wedding, and it took me 2 weeks to recuperate from that kind of a trip. I don't trip well. I used to before busting up my back and stuff. And riding the bike, that's another thing. Riding the motorcycles, it's short jaunts with those too. Can't do anything great distances. Yes, I do need non-detergent oil. I always need non-detergent oil. Straight 30 non-detergent because I don't have an oil filter. You're exactly right. You got it, Bryce. But in the summertime when it's really hot out, you need to put 40 weight on me instead of 30 weight. That 30 weight just runs right off me. Joints lock up again real quick. I'm like the old squire. It'll say on the bottle. It'll say on the bottle, non-detergent. You can usually buy bulk, 2-gallon bulk, and that's what I usually do. It's $18 for 2-gallon. I get it you can get it at local Tractor Supply, you can get it at local farm and fleets, you can get it at your local Rural King if you have one in your area. A remedy for the no filter issue. Uh, yeah, Horsaholics, you can put straight 30 in all of them. The non-detergent part of it, where that's important, is that they call it. We've covered it, but they call it non-detergent or detergent oil, but there's not actually detergents in them. It's just additives in the oil to help hold the contaminants in suspension to go through an oil filter. If you have non-detergent oil, there you don't have those additives to hold contaminants in suspension to go through an oil filter. So all of the contaminants settle to the bottom of the oil pan out of harm's way, which is why you want non-detergent in any engine with no oil filter. Rural King, you saw they have the 5-gallon, they have the 2-gallon. You can even get a 30-gallon and a 55-gallon. But I'm not that big yet. I just get the 2-gallon. Now, we've been going on for almost 45 minutes, so we're going to give it another minute and a half. We'll call it at 45 minutes. And Willie, I know you'll be able to come up with something. You can order it. Can't kill me. You can order it. They may not have it on the floor, but you can order it. This has been a good one. We've just been shooting the breeze. Got a few new faces in here. Hope all you guys all your regulars will say howdy to the new faces. Encourage them to keep coming back. We'll try to do every Sunday. There are going to be some Sundays where I don't make it, but you'll know ahead of time. Typically, I will set it up for live stream 10 or 15 minutes ahead of time, so you'll see that I'm getting ready to go. Off-Grid Lifestyle. It is zippovarga@gmail. Just like my name on YouTube, only at Gmail. That is my email. Wild Bill, thank you very much. Yes, Willie, I use, oh, of course, now I'm going to draw a blank. Rotella, that has high zinc content. Mark Santa, take it easy. Roger, thank you very much for stopping by. Horsaholics, Thanks for being in here. As always, everybody, thank you guys very, very, very much for stopping by. I promise you, I will catch you on the next one. We'll see you later. There's David. Hi, David. Bye, David. We'll see you, Joe. Bye, Willie. See you, Roadrunner. See you guys later. See you, Bryce. See you off grid.